Hey guys, welcome back to Making Moves. I'm here today with my bestie,
Yeah.
Mariah.
Hi.
Mariah, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
I just adore you.
I know, I love you. I'm
I
so
know.
obsessed with you. And I'm obsessed with your living room.
Come over, please. Can we have a girls'
I
night?
need to see it. Did you know? No, you didn't know this. Did you know? I've had your living room saved on my Pinterest.
Shut up.
And I didn't know it was yours.
Everyone tells me that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's
big fan of the couch.
exhausting being a famous living room. It's just so
The
exhausting.
first influencer living room.
So viral. Yeah.
That'd be so an Instagram account just for the living room.
Literally,
Thirst traps.
funny enough, Natalie, I remember I like jumped on because I helped produce Pretty Basic, which
Right.
is the girls' podcast. And when she was on Pretty Basic and we were at home doing Zoom, I remember her being like, wait, your living room.
Yeah. I know
so
this
many
living
people,
room. Yeah.
So many people have hit me up because of my living room. It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
It's because the couch.
What a dream. Yeah, but it's
And
such
then
a
the
dream.
windows,
The windows.
yeah.
It's everything.
You
Yeah.
gotta come over. We'll do a girls' night.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Anyway, Mariah, can you tell me, give me your elevator pitch? I feel like you're never one-on-one on a podcast that often, right?
It's rare, yeah.
Yeah. Have you been on a few?
A few. I did Matt King's. I
Love
just
Matt.
did Todd and Brett's.
Oh, I love them.
2 days ago.
I did theirs too.
Yeah.
They're great.
And I did Dropout's podcast.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
they're
it.
so cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me your elevator pitch. Who is Mariah if for some reason someone doesn't know?
For some reason, a lot of people don't know. I'm Mariah Amato. I am 27 years old, 5'2". Imagine.
Slay.
It's just a slate.
You're like, this is how much I weigh. This is my social security
I am playing
number.
the role of I'm a dancer and influencer now, which is exciting. That's all I got.
Okay.
Boring.
Wait.
I'm from Pennsylvania.
Okay, from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That's funny. For some reason, I thought, okay.
Jersey, New York. Yeah. I get it all the time.
Oh my God.
So it's confusing because I was born in New York. I was born on Staten Island.
Oh.
Yes. So
okay, that's why you can play the Staten Island mom so well.
And a lot of people are like, are you from Jersey? Because they get confused with the accent. It's the same accent, but my family's from New York, New Jersey. And my parents and siblings, we moved to Pennsylvania when we were young, but the rest of my family's still in Jersey, New York. So
Copy. So was this a parents' work thing that you moved to Pennsylvania? Why'd you move there?
So my parents, they were born and raised Brooklyn and Staten Island.
Oh my gosh.
So after 30 years, they were like, let's get the hell out of here. Once they had their kids, they were like, we want to move to the country.
Got it.
And it's 45 minutes away.
Yeah, we want suburban life.
Right,
Copy.
yeah. So they wanted to change, and they did.
Okay, how was your childhood? How was you have siblings, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
how
one
many?
of 4.
Oh my gosh.
And we're all a year or 2 apart.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're really, really close in age. Beat the shit out of each other growing up.
Yeah.
You know. Me and my younger brother, we got along really well. I don't think we've ever had a fight ever, but then me and my sister fighting over clothes, me and my older brother, physical fight. It's just sibling.
Yeah. The
Don't
rivalry.
take my stuff.
Yeah.
Stop touching me. Just get out of my room. But we get along really well. We all have the same friend group back in Pennsylvania. We all hang out with the same people.
That's the
and
best.
it's really, really. I want my future kids to be that close in age.
Yeah.
Because it's really it's worth it. The teenage phase, you can get past it.
Exactly.
But being an adult and being able to hang out with each other. When I go home, we just want to hang out all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, we get along so well.
It's also kind of nice for the parents because even though it's so hectic during those years,
Yeah.
once you're done, you're done.
Right.
You know?
Right. And we watched each other.
Yeah.
Once my older brother was old enough, he was the babysitter. And it was but it was fun. It was nice.
So are you second to what's your birth order?
Older brother,
Okay.
Nick. I'm Mariah. Hey. My sister Frances, and then my brother John. So I'm second
you're the
oldest.
sister.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And do you feel like you have middle child energy?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't even really know what that means. It's just people say they have it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Middle child syndrome.
I'm the firstborn, and I definitely have firstborn energy.
How many siblings?
Just one brother.
All right.
But he's definitely has the younger sibling
right.
energy.
My younger brother is definitely younger
Okay.
brother energy. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
He gets away with everything because we were the guinea pigs. Me and my older brother were the guinea pigs. My mom was like, no cell phone till you're 16.
Yes.
But then my brother gets one at 14. So it's
Okay.
just
So were you tight with your parents growing up?
yeah.
And did you do a lot of like dance, sports? Like, what was your thing? What were you like as a kid?
We were all in sports. I was in dance my whole life. Of course, I took a little break to do soccer when I was 5, and
Awesome.
typical. But other than that, like I just danced most of my life. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's awesome. And then did you move to LA to pursue dance?
Yeah, so I got offered a teaching position at a studio out here.
What? Okay, how did this happen?
Okay,
Did you go to college?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Oh my God, my parents were like, why don't you take a year off after high school?
Oh,
I was
really?
that bad at school, yeah. They were like, you're good.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, you just are...
The whole gap year thing where
Yeah.
you decide, like, if you want to go to school, that whole thing, my parents encouraged it for me and my older brother because we were very hands-on. Like, he ended up roofing and landscaping. Like, we're very physical. And then my younger brother and younger sister went to college because they're all brains.
Okay.
I'm street smart. They're book smart.
Got
you know
it.
what I mean?
And do they go to colleges near your hometown?
My brother went to Penn State, which is in Pennsylvania. And then my sister went to a community college.
Okay,
So she's a teacher now.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you did dance and then you got offered the position at the dance studio.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It's a really funny story. So, me and my sister came out to LA for a vacation in 2015.
And she's only a year younger than you.
2 years younger than me.
2 years.
Yeah. So we came out for vacation just to like see LA because all we knew of in LA was what we saw on Tumblr.
Yeah,
Like
literally.
In and out the Grove. So we were like, let's go to the Grove in LA.
Yeah.
Like, so we went every single day. So we went out for vacation. And we stayed in this area called Montebello. I don't know if you know where that is. Far. But
don't.
I didn't know LA. Like
When I first came
LA
here,
is too big.
yes, my mom was like, "Oh, like we got a hotel in Marina Del Rey, and we were like supposed to be in like,
Oh, no.
like Santa Monica and also downtown because I was touring FITM, and we were like,
Right.
oh, like it's so big.
It's so big. Like the address can say Los Angeles, but it's 45 minutes away. That's where we were. So we were 45 minutes away from the hot spots, but we stayed at the cheapest hotel. We didn't have money.
Yeah.
So we showed up and I told myself that I wanted to move to LA. In high school, I was like, I really want to go to LA. Just try it out for dance. But I told myself, don't move until you have a set job there. I didn't want to come here and not have
figure it
anything.
out, yeah.
Because I had no money. I didn't have any money. So we came out for vacation. I just looked up the nearest dance studio and there was one it was maybe 2 miles away, but we also didn't rent a car or anything. So we walked 2 miles to the studio.
You're kidding.
And I was like, let's just go in and see if they're hiring. She was like, let's do it. Like me and my
Is she a
sister.
dancer?
No, she's not.
Okay.
She's supportive. Yeah. So she was like, just go do it. So I walked in, didn't tell them I was on vacation. I just said, I'm a dance teacher. I primarily teach acrobatics. Are you hiring? And she was like, actually, we have an acrobatics class being taught in 2 hours. Do you want to come teach it and we'll see how you do? And I was like, yeah. So my sister and I went out to eat. We're freaking out. And then I'm like, what do I tell my parents if I get this job, whatever. So I come back to the studio. I teach the class. The kids and I get along. The owners and I get along. And she offered me a position on the spot.
Stop.
She was like, we love you. We love how you work with the kids. Do you want to work here? And I was like, yes. However, I was like,
I don't
I'm on
live here.
vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I don't live here. I live across the country. And she was like, what do you mean? Gave her the whole rundown. And I said, if you can guarantee me this position, I'll move whenever you need me to. And this was August and the season starts in September.
Oh my
So she was like,
gosh.
can you be here in a month? I said yes. I had
And you didn't tell your parents?
$200 to my name. I went home and told my parents and they were like, huh? And they helped me out and they were like, all right, let's do it.
So did you do the big drive or did you fly?
I flew.
Okay.
I flew Spirit Airlines. Loved every second of it.
The best. I just saw your guys' your new one of your latest episodes.
Talking about Spirit.
Yes, how they made it nice.
It's gorgeous. It's sleek. It's sexy.
But I'm like, what's the catch?
What's the catch?
Are
Yeah.
they raising the prices?
I don't know, actually.
I'm very intrigued. Anyway.
We should book a flight.
Yeah, just to see
Right here.
vlog it. Anyway, okay, so you moved out here. Where did
Yeah.
you move to in LA?
I moved to I don't really talk about this story. It's crazy. I moved to Bellflower, which is Long Beach area.
Okay.
Again, didn't know
Yeah.
how far that was from everything, but it was close to the studio.
Okay.
So I moved into this Airbnb because I was looking at rent and I was like, I don't have $1,000. I just don't have thousands of dollars. I don't understand how people do this. I had a full meltdown and my parents were like, let's look at Airbnb. Maybe you can stay somewhere for months at a time and then when you start making money from the studio, you'll find a place.
Yeah.
So I stayed at this Airbnb and it was dirt cheap. It was like $100 a week.
Oh my gosh.
However,
Oh gosh.
it was under construction. So there was like no floor. It was like, I have pictures. It was like one thin mattress on the floor. There was sawdust everywhere. Like, that's what I walked into.
Wow.
So this guy was like, I'll Airbnb this as long as you need, but as soon as the house is done, like, you gotta get out. And I was like, okay, no problem. So I stayed there. I didn't tell my parents how bad it was. I was just kind of like, I didn't tell my dad.
Okay.
I was kind of hinting towards my mom, and then I sent her pictures, and she was like, don't show daddy. Like, he can't know. He'll freak out. He would just get worried. So then he ended up putting the house up for sale. It was done. And
how many months have gone by?
I want to say it was maybe 2 to 3 months.
Wow.
It was a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. Then he said, but I do have another place, same situation, like 5 minutes away if you want to stay there until that house is done. I was like, all right, another like under construction. So now there's like construction workers in and out every day. So I was like,
Oh my gosh.
it was bad. And I had one suitcase this whole time of like my stuff, and I like didn't unpack because there was sawdust.
Yeah.
There was no kitchen. I barely had a bathroom. Like, it was horrible.
Yeah.
So I started working at the studio. I was trying to save money, and I was like, this isn't enough. Like, being a dancer and being a teacher, like, doesn't pay the bills. So I started working at Panda Express.
The best.
The best.
Yeah,
Love
there you
it. And then he ended up saying, all right, we put the house up for sale. Like, do you have somewhere to go? I lied and said yes, and I didn't. And I knew one friend in LA.
Wow.
So I packed my suitcase and I like went to his house, and I was like, what do I, like, I don't have a place to stay. What do I do? I was like, I'm homeless right now.
Literally.
Like, he was like, obviously you could stay here. So for a few days I was stuck. I was ready to fly home, and I was like, this is impossible. Did you ever feel that? Like, it's impossible to live here. It's crazy.
I mean, okay, I'm like not to your extent, but there were so many times where I felt like mine was more so struggles with finding, like, I was like, how do people have friends here? Or I was like,
that was the other thing.
I literally was like, how, like, I'm not connecting with anyone.
Right.
I'm not finding anyone I vibe with. How do I get a job when I know no one?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Because I went to school here.
Same feeling.
So, like,
okay.
Luckily, I was like, I had that.
Right.
And, you know, I had things to do. Like, I had to go to class, whatever. My parents were helping me pay for college. So I was so grateful to be in that situation. But, like, I'm not kidding you, 3 years, I hated it here. I was like.
3 years?
The first 3 years, I was like.
That's a long time.
No, the first 3 years, I was like. It was weird because I did hate it sometimes, but also I did love, like, the energy, like the what if this happened to me, or like what if I do make it, or
there's
like
no other place like LA.
Yeah, so it's like it was like a love hate, and then I just like would look back at all my hometown friends who were in like big state schools, just like going to frats and living the rest of life, and I'm like, how do I get a job in the entertainment industry? Like I was just. I didn't understand.
It's the same feeling.
Yeah. It's like very hard when you know no, because it sounds like you knew no one either.
I knew one friend.
Yeah.
One. And I was in the same boat. I was like, how do people meet? Because I had my guard up. I was like, I'm not going to like fall into any like weird traps.
And even to go like out to anything, you'd have to pay for like a $30 Uber, which is expensive.
It's
when you one have no money, or when you're in college.
Right.
And I'm like, like, do I want to spend that on that or groceries, or like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Stuff
it was
like
a toss up. Yeah, those were the problems.
Okay, so you moved, or you show up at this guy's house,
right? So I'm just like, what do I do? I call my mom. I was like, I'm coming home, and she was like, and my parents were like, you got this, like. Figure it out. You can figure it out.
Were too. But I'm so grateful they were.
Yes,
in the moment,
me
I was
too,
like,
because I would have went home.
Yes,
yeah, I would have 100% went home.
It's okay, honey. Like, come home.
Yeah,
we'll help pay for your flight.
Right.
I would have been home, and I would have never made it.
Yeah. So
if you're a parent, be stern with your kid.
Yeah, you don't like my parent. They never gave me like money or anything because they didn't have enough money for like themselves.
Yeah.
So like they were like, I wish I could help you, but like you got this. Like stay at his house. Like you can figure this out. We'll help you. So they were doing research.
It's tough love, honestly.
Yeah, and then luckily, thank God, there was like some guardian angel over me. But I went to the studio the next day. They found out my situation, and there was a family at the studio who has an empty back house. So like a guest house.
Love a rich LA family.
A guest house. It was, the whole thing was a little smaller than this room.
Wow.
Like tiny, tiny. But I really got along with this family and they ended up being, she was like my second mom. So like if anything were to happen, I would go to her house. So
amazing.
I felt so safe. So I stayed there for like a year.
And did you have to pay rent there?
I did.
Okay.
It was, oh my God, it was also nothing, but it was still like, I was still paycheck to paycheck. It was like $800.
Okay.
Which is nothing for LA.
Nothing
but
for
it's a
LA,
lot
but
for,
it is still a lot.
Yeah, not having a lot of money. But I made it work and they helped me out and I'm really grateful.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And are they near the studio or was there?
They're in East LA.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So they're like 20 minutes from the studio.
Awesome.
But
and then what happened? Like, I'm like, okay, how'd you get here now? This is so interesting.
Yeah, just saving money from Panda Express. That really like helped me a lot.
And you were still at the studio?
I was still at the studio. Yeah. So I was teaching at 2 studios. I taught all the way in Long Beach area and all the way on Sunset Boulevard. Like, I don't know what I was doing. I was like, I need money. So
where on Sunset?
Right by, I don't even know actually. There's like a shoe palace.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Awesome.
I just remember passing a shoe palace. Anyway, so I was working at studios. I was just scraping any money I could.
Were you working at the studio during the day or?
It would be after school hours, so like 4 o'clock to 9 p.m.
And then during the day, would you be at Panda?
Panda.
Okay.
And then late at night, if I had to babysit, I ended up like finding people to like babysit for. So I was like,
the best.
Yeah,
that's the best
dipping my
job.
toes into
Yeah,
everything.
or
Love
nannying.
babysitting. Yeah, love it.
I did that too a lot.
Love
Babysitting.
it.
Apartments.com has helped millions of renters and could help you find your perfect place. And yep, I know perfect is a tall order. But if you're looking for an apartment or a condo, townhome, or a house even, Apartments.com has all the right tools to help you find it. Use filters and saved searches to narrow down rental listings and find exactly the place for you. You can even set up alerts to get notified as places become available. So fashionistas, get your closet space or an in-unit washer and dryer. Sun lover or YouTube vlogger, find as much natural light as you can handle. If you're working from home, you can have an area for your home office, an extra bathroom, a balcony, central heating and air, or a dishwasher in the kitchen. Whatever happens to be right for you, this is the place to find it. Apartments.com, the place to find a place. Oh my God, I have so many questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you're in that situation, like, were you like, I just want to be in LA, I don't care? Or like, what was your dream? Were you like, I want to be a professional dancer? Like,
yeah,
like when you were going through it and you were like, I don't know if I can make it, like, what was keeping you going?
Honestly, my family, I would say.
Really?
And, yeah. And I came, so Pennsylvania is really close to New York, so I would go on auditions in New York all the time. As soon as I turned 18, I started getting paid professionally for dancing, just little jobs here or there.
How would you get that? Like
There was a Facebook group called New York Dancers, and they would just post like, we need somebody for this, like, who wants to audition for this? It seemed very like underground, very strange, but I showed up at these auditions and I would book them.
And this is when you lived at home?
This is when I lived at home, yeah. So I would be back and forth to New York, and I also worked at a studio there. So I would go to the city for these auditions and I was booking everything. I booked everything I got because
you're good.
I'm a hip hop, you would think. I'm a hip hop dancer. I'm a tumbler. I can do all these like things, and New York dancers are like jazz and ballet and Broadway, but I didn't want to do Broadway. I wanted to do commercial.
Oh, that's so true.
So I was like, okay, I'm booking a lot here. Let's do a challenge and let's go to LA. So I came here. I don't book shit.
Oh, really?
Nothing. It's so, like, I suck here. It's so, I know I don't suck.
Okay,
I'm really hard on myself, but I don't book anything here. It's really, really difficult. So I'm like, I'm not booking anything. I'm not making money. I'm just like, maybe it's a sign. Maybe this isn't for me.
And how old were you when you moved here?
21.
Okay. Yeah. So you're doing the New York stuff. You moved when you were 21. You're working for the studio. You're working for Panda. And then were you still aspiring to be like a professional dancer?
Yeah. So somebody at the dance studio was signed with an agency out here, and I ended up signing with them. He reached out and he was like, "Hey, you have to check out this girl. She's just moved here." So I signed with them.
That's how it happens.
This is how it happens. Connect. It's all about who you know.
Also,
it really is.
What you're saying with the struggling and the paying and
Yeah.
the showing up at the friends with the suitcase, so many people do that here.
Yeah, it's like
But no one
very
talks about
common.
it.
Nobody talks about it. Yeah, I
That's
never
so
talk.
true.
I think I've only brought that up once on our podcast a year ago.
Yeah.
I never talk about it.
No, that is.
Yeah.
I know so many of my friends have had that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody was homeless at one
yeah.
point. Like, it's very, very difficult, but having that support system, like, really helps you to keep going. Like, it was literally my family that helped me. My siblings, like, they were working paycheck to paycheck, and they were like, if you need any money, like, I'll give you anything. I'm just like, I just don't know what to do. Like, how do people do it? So I just had to pick up as many jobs as possible. And then in that whole midst of it, I met this girl named Jess. We met.
She a dancer?
She's not a dancer,
Okay.
but we met at. It wasn't a party. It was just like an after party type thing, but there was like 6 people in this one apartment, and everybody went out to go smoke weed, and we were the only 2 that didn't smoke, so we stayed back and ended up talking and getting along, and everyone came back in and they were like, are you guys like sisters or cousins, because you like look alike? And we were like, no, we just met tonight. So we really hit it off. We became really good friends. She ended up being my friend, like my really close friend here, and she would take me and introduce me to other, like, her friends.
Yeah.
So she told me one day, she was like, we're going to go party at my friend Zane and Heath's house.
Oh.
And she's like, I don't know why, but you're going to love Heath. And I was like, all right, like, I'm not looking to like see anybody, but she was like, I just want you, like, I think you'll get along.
Shut up.
Yeah. So we showed up, and he hates when I say this, but she was hyping him up. And then I showed up, and he was like smoking a cigarette and dressed as a cowboy. And I was like, huh? I was like, do you not know me at all? And she was like, no, trust me. Like, just let him open his mouth. So
Yeah.
I introduced myself, and like we hit it off from there. And then the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is so.
There's a lot to
Mariah,
the story.
this is a really cool story.
Thank
Seriously.
you. Thank you.
Okay. So many questions.
Yeah.
So who was most pivotal in your those years for you? Was that family?
I probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you still in touch with them?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Now that I think about it, I think they're the reason I stayed out here.
Yeah. That's
I would
amazing.
not know what to do. I couldn't afford an apartment.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What do you feel like makes people want to help you?
I think
Because they don't have to.
they don't have to.
Yeah.
But I think it's because I love helping people. So I think they see that and they want to return the favor or I don't know. I feel like I'd give off the energy that like I would do it for somebody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you absolutely do.
Yeah, I try to help as many people. Like, even when I'm at my lowest, I'll make sure somebody else's needs are before mine.
Yeah.
So I think people pick that up, I would say.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so true. I feel like also though, like you would never. The thing about LA is there's a lot of like, you know, the clout demons or whatever that all these influencers talk
Yeah.
about. But like you have zero expectations for anyone or anything.
Yeah.
I feel like. And so
You're so
people
right.
are like, no, she would never expect me to do this. So therefore, like, I just want to help her so much because like
Right.
she's gonna be so like I can tell that like you would be so grateful.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
I don't know. Something about that. But it
And I never ask for help ever.
yeah, maybe that's it.
I
'Cause
just
you
try to
you would
figure it
never
out
ask.
myself. Yeah, I would never ask
Uh-huh.
ever.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just don't want to. It's not even like being embarrassed or anything.
don't wanna
I
be a
just,
burden.
Yeah, I don't want to inconvenience
Me too.
anybody.
Me too. Oh
the
my God.
second I feel like I'm inconveniencing somebody, that's when my anxiety kicks in. And they're just like, I wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, all right, well, it was eating me alive earlier. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you feel like now that you're in the position you're in, do you well, first of all, did you ever feel like you would like be to where you are now? Because I'm like,
Oh, absolutely not. Are you kidding? No.
that's crazy.
No, absolutely not.
But it just goes to show that like anyone can fucking do it.
Yeah.
If you like put your mind to it. Okay. Do you feel like you are now living that like professional dancer dream essentially, but like in a different way?
Not to its fullest yet. I'm not done. And I'm getting to the age.
I completely agree.
Yeah, I'm
think
definitely
you
not
haven't
done.
even, like,
I haven't really like
started.
Yeah, I agree. I would love. I mean, I really don't have time to go to auditions anymore or anything. But I would rather get direct booked because people now reach out through Instagram and TikTok and they want me to do this and that. But obviously it would be awesome to be like a backup dancer for like either one show or whatever, because it doesn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like no money. But it would be fun. Like I just want to work with people that I've admired, like J-Lo or Justin Bieber, like people like that. I think that'd be cool. But I don't think I'm done yet. And it's crazy that I'm getting to the age where dancers stop. Like when dancers are 30, I'll be 28 soon. When dancers are 30, they're like tapped out.
Yeah.
But I feel young and I look young, which is good. So I feel like I still got a long way to go. But I have so many other things going on that dance isn't like my priority. But I'm still working.
Well, what a blessing that you don't have to rely on booking stuff.
Yes,
because
that
is
like
a nightmare.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
Same with acting and modeling.
Exactly.
It's really hard.
It's really, really hard. So I'm glad I have like other things going on. I have the editing. I have dance teaching, social media, everything.
Yeah.
So,
do you now make your most money from social media?
Yeah.
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 Social
media
so.
and editing.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so like infatuated by you.
Thank you.
You're such a gem. Okay, do you feel like now being in the position you're in, do you feel like you want to help other people that were like you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Is
there
like
anything?
My dream. Like
okay.
you know what I've always said? Like when I was poor, I was always like, I just wish I had enough money to like just pay for someone's college tuition for fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is like, I love giving and like seeing people's reactions. So like it just, that is my favorite thing in the world. So I feel like, I have dancer friends now that are 21 that just moved here and I see myself in them. So I sit down with them and I'm like, I'm going to help you the best way. I'm going to give you the best advice.
Yes.
And they're like thriving. I just want to like, I don't know. I don't want people to go through what I went through because the dance world is very hard. It's very competitive and you don't make a lot of money. But it's hard when it's your passion and like that's all you want to do. So
and you're good. Like, you know, it's just because you don't make a lot of money doesn't mean it's not brutally hard.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Or you need to like have a certain talent.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Like I so resonate with that because Alicia totally like took me under her wing and was like basically I started off as her like production coordinator and then like I thought I wanted to work like at Warner Brothers and
interesting.
Yeah, like I was interning at like Amazon Studios, CBS, like all these places, and she was like, I feel like deep down the strategic bitch, she knows what she's doing.
She's crazy.
Yeah,
she's so good.
She's a genius.
She's a genius. Well, you're a genius.
No, she's a genius too. I learned from her. So anyway, she like took me in. She was like, she's so like almost like silent but deadly. Like when she's ready to like attack, she does that. She's like a cat. And she like literally like took me in, trained me, and then I like became her producer, like her full-time like executive producer. She was like, you are going to be like my eyes, my ears, my everything. Wow. You're gonna be like literally, and it was like unintentional because like I also have never met someone I'm more similar to in my life. Like it really was like a whatever we all believe in. Right. It really was one of those things. And because she has helped me so much and to this day helps me so much. Today she texts me, she's like, bitch, you need to fix this on your blah, 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 your latest YouTube video. She's still, she's literally my coach. Yeah. And to this day, she like has taken me under her wing and introduced me to her entire orbit of amazing people and everyone, which is like pure gold in LA. Yeah. And anytime I need anything, she's there helping, whatever, and pouring her like genius mind into me. And now that's all I want to do for someone else.
Wow.
But it's so
that's exactly
funny how simple it is, but like But
it is a great feeling.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's awesome because that's the cool thing about LA, but I feel like it gets such a bad rep for all the times people get screwed over in LA. But
and that will happen. Yeah. Over and over again.
And I'm sure you've gotten screwed over by people, 100%. As have I. Yeah. But like, I don't know. It's cool to I feel like we don't hear these stories that much. We're like, no, this family like took me in.
It's not easy.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest thing I can tell people. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
Yes.
I think it's really like exciting to be here and figure it out. You
know?
So
what do you think was the most like pivotal thing you learned during your like tough times trying to make it in LA? Like if someone's in that position right now,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I relate to her, but I still haven't made it. Like what would you want to tell your younger self?
It sounds so corny, but keep going. If you feel like you're supposed to be there, even if it's not working and like the ground is slipping from under you,
Literally.
Yeah, literally. Oh my God, my ceiling collapsed one time at that.
Stop.
Speaking of, yes, I came home from Panda Express.
I'm sorry.
Wait, I'm dead.
This is crazy.
I came home from Panda and I was just having a hard day and I opened my door and my ceiling was on my bed.
No. So where'd you sleep?
Not there.
Yeah.
I didn't sleep there for a week. They had to like come in and clean the whole thing up.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Keep going.
Yeah, so just keep going. Just keep swimming.
It's possible. Like anything's possible.
Yeah.
Just literally pick up as many jobs as you can.
Mm-hmm. And just be
In the
nice
meantime,
to people.
be nice to people. Yeah. Don't fall into any weird crowds, no matter who they say they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just
that's
find
so true.
a core friend group that is genuine, and like you'll go through groups where you're like, oh, they're just using me. They don't really care about me. I've been through that. I think having a good, genuine friend group keeps you going because other people working around you, and especially being around people that are more successful than you, it makes you want to work that much harder and be like, all right, if they can do it, I can do it.
I love being the dumbest in the room.
Oh,
it's the best.
Love it.
It's the best. The
Story
dumbest,
of my freaking
the
life.
poorest, the whatever.
Oh my God,
like,
yes.
That's a great room to be in.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to Heath now.
Yes.
Okay,
Woo!
so
Love
you
ya.
start the BBL way. Okay, so Heath, what did it for you about Heath? Because clearly it wasn't the cowgirl or the cowboy hat.
Oh, I love it now. I mean, he was funny when he opened his mouth. So when I first met him, I kicked it off with like a sarcastic joke, and I was just gonna see if he bounced it back to me, and he did. I was like, oh, he's funny. We had the same sense of humor. And then the first night we met, we just like talked like all night to the morning, like just sat in the living room and talked. And I really got to know him. And it's so funny. I told my mom, like, I like this kid because of this. And she was like, that's why I liked Daddy, because he was talking about how much he loved his mom. And he was like, I love my mom. And like, we get along really well. And he was talking about his family. And I was like, well, that'll do it.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. So he was just like, he looked intimidating, but he is a big mama's boy.
Softie.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he just like, did he instantly adore you?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Matt King would tell me that. He's like, he would tell me like, this girl Mariah and this and that. And I was like, really? Like,
hilarious.
yeah.
Okay, so what happened? You're there till the morning talking.
Yeah.
And then
so we hung out a few times, maybe like 2 or 3 times, and I had a break. He told me he liked me. I told him I liked him. We were like into each other, and I said, okay, but the thing is, I'm moving away for the summer to Virginia because I booked a job as a magician's assistant. And I love seeing people's face. So yeah, I booked a job as a magician's assistant in Virginia Beach.
Like, this is so random.
Yeah. So I moved to Virginia Beach after I was like, I really like you, but I got to move away for the summer. I'll be back in September.
Yeah.
So
distance makes the heart grow fonder.
And it did. So it was nice having that separation because we didn't have to go through like the honeymoon, not the honeymoon phase. What would you call it? Like just getting to know each other.
Oh.
We would FaceTime every day.
Oh my God.
And getting out those stupid questions that nobody like, what's your family like? What's your favorite this and that?
Yeah.
Do you like movies? All that like nobody really likes to go through. We did it while I was in Virginia. We would FaceTime at night and like ask each other questions and then like talk the next day. Yeah.
Wait, okay, but did he get your number at the apartment? Like, how'd you keep talking? Did he ask you on a date?
Not until we got back. So
But you would just hang out. It's like
we literally hung out 3 times, then I moved.
Wait, would you hang out alone though?
No, it was with a group.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it was very fresh, but we were like, oh, I'm into you, you're into me, whatever.
And then you would FaceTime.
Yeah, we FaceTimed the whole summer, and then I came back in September, and he asked me out right away, and like
on a date?
On a date.
Where'd you go?
We went to Idle Hour.
Where is that?
It is North Hollywood.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And what do you like? What was the vibe?
It was. You've never heard of Idle Hour? I have to show you what it looks like.
Okay.
It is a giant barrel shape. You don't know what this is?
Oh my gosh, this sounds like something I would love.
It sticks out like a sore thumb. It's very old.
I've
that cool?
never seen this. I gotta go.
Mm-hmm. It's right off Lancashire.
I have to go.
Yeah, it's really cool. They have
What is
good
it, a
food.
bar?
It's a bar restaurant, and then there's like ice cream in the back patio.
It kind of is giving.
So cute. Yeah.
No, it's giving it has breakfast food, and then it has like a little store.
Oh, it's a restaurant?
Yeah.
Oh, Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Cracker Barrel.
That's giving Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. Okay, so you go there.
Yeah, we go there, and then we go to the infamous Saddle Ranch.
Shut up.
So we go to Saddle Ranch with everybody, and then we end up. So the boys used to do this thing where they would go across the street from Saddle Ranch and climb the billboard.
Yeah.
So I wanted to climb the billboard, so he took me on top of the billboard, and that's where he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Stop. I think
Yeah.
I've heard the story, but that's so cute.
Yeah.
Okay. And at this point, or where is he in his career? Is they're vlogging or they're in David's vlogs? What's going on?
They're in David's vlogs, and they both just started, him and Zane both started their own separate channels.
Okay.
So that was fresh.
So were you like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
This isn't a real job. Like, what you know what I mean? Like, what were you thinking?
Well, I looked at their apartment, and I was like, this must be good money, because how are you affording this? Like, that's this is all you do. And
What did he say? Was he like, I'm a vlogger?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was like, I do social media stuff. And I was like, all right. And I was just like curious about that world. And then one day he was editing his vlog. And I remember him always editing, and he hated it. He was like, this is the worst part about being a YouTuber. Like, it's the editing. Nobody likes to edit. So he was editing, and he got so frustrated, he like literally stopped. He was like, I can't do this right now. Like, I just don't want to do the editing part. So I was like, oh, let me try. And and I've never owned a laptop in my life. And I was like, and he was like, okay, like, have you used a Mac? And I was like, nope. So he gave me it, and he taught me like a couple keys. And
Was this Final Cut or iMovie?
iMovie.
Awesome.
And so he left to like go to the gym or something, and he was like, do whatever you want with this. I'll come back and check your work.
Are you dating yet?
Yeah, we're together. We were together as soon as I got back from Virginia.
Okay,
We were like
hot.
boyfriend, girlfriend labeled. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Yes, down on the billboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was editing it, and I was having a blast, and I ended up being really good at it, even though I've never done it before. And I just started YouTubing like different tips and tricks. I downloaded Final Cut and started editing for him.
You're so proactive.
Yeah, it's really
Okay, you started editing for
See,
him?
I'm very hands-on. I can't sit in a classroom. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So I started editing his, and then like a lot of the friends were like, I like the way you edit. Can you edit mine? So
No way.
Yeah, whoever needs help now, I'll like Todd will send me his footage. Sometimes Scott, Zane.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So I'm an editor. I didn't see that's something that never would have. I didn't know editing was like a thing.
Yeah. Also, it's like one of the most valuable skills you could possibly know if you want to be in this industry.
Yes.
Like, if you want to move to LA, know how to edit. Like, you'll get so much work.
Oh my God. Yes. That is like great advice.
Just get like iMovie somehow or download
the way
it on
you put
an
things,
app.
even like when you do brand deals, like the way you splice it together, like it could, like so many brands are like, I love the way she puts her videos together.
Yeah.
Like I love that feeling. I love, it's like a puzzle, like putting pieces
and you
together.
edit unfiltered now, right?
I did. So we just hired an editor.
Yay!
So he'll do majority of it, and then it goes through me, and I take out whatever needs to be taken out.
Okay,
but
good.
Yeah, it was taking up.
So much time.
Oh my God, one time it took me 22 hours to edit one episode. It was crazy.
People don't understand how, I guess, time consuming and just like how important editing is.
It's so
like
important. It makes or breaks a video.
It does.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Heath has to ask you to marry him one day with that billboard.
Oh my God, you think?
Like, he has to be a part of it. Like,
Oh my
you
God, I
you
never even thought of
he
that.
like, proposes, and then you like are like, let's go celebrate the engagement parties at Saddle Ranch, and then you turn, and then it's like,
Oh my.
Did I just come up with the
This
best
is why
idea
they pay you
ever?
the big bucks. See, you are so good. That didn't even cross my mind.
I'm done.
I'm like, you wouldn't catch me dead on that
It would
billboard
be
again.
cute, and then it's like, oh, like
Full
why
circle.
is like why are Heath and Mariah on this billboard? It's like, oh, it's because like that's where he has to be the girlfriend. Well, like it's
Wow. It would be more expensive than the ring to get that
cute.
billboard. It's right on Sunset.
Yeah, that's so true. It's okay. Sponsored.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did you decide that you're like gonna start posting on social media?
I think he pretty much encouraged me. I was posting a lot of dance videos, and a lot of people were already finding me through my Instagram, like just booking jobs and stuff like that, which was cool. I didn't have
Booking dance jobs?
Yeah, booking dance
wow.
jobs. I didn't have a lot of followers or anything. I had like maybe 5,000, but
Yeah.
in the dance world, that's pretty big to have.
Oh my gosh, it is.
Yeah.
5,000 is a lot of people.
And so once he started posting me, obviously like the following grew, and I started hanging out with David and the crew, and people were curious about me. And I never wanted to do like, I never thought of like being a vlogger or anything. Like, I don't think that after seeing him and Zayn like so frustrated, I'm like, okay, I don't think I can do that. But I'm down to do like small clips, like Instagram, TikTok,
Got it.
stuff like that. So he introduced me to the world, and he was just like, let's do it. Like, let's get you a manager and figure out how you can
That's
hop on.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So now would you recommend aspiring dancers 100% to like post the crap out of like their dances on TikTok or what?
1,000%.
Yeah.
TikTok, Instagram, everything.
Do you think it's fair when someone that has a lot of followers that's a good dancer goes up against someone that doesn't have a lot of followers and they get the job?
I'm like iffy with it. It's very because nowadays all these dance shows, I'm not bashing anything, but all these dance shows are taking people that already have a following just for the views, and that's how everything is now. They look
But it's
for
like,
how
I
many.
get it.
Right.
Why would they not?
Right,
Right?
exactly. But I feel like it's fair if they still sprinkle in people that don't have a following that are extremely talented.
Yeah.
There's so many talented dancers that I see that don't get anything because they're not known.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like I totally empathize with that, but also I'm like I get why the company.
Oh, I get it. Yeah,
a business.
It's a business. It's like it's gonna bring in views because TV's not a thing anymore, so they got to find a way to
Yeah.
reel people in. So I completely get it, but there's a part of me that's like, that's sad. Like these people work so hard their whole lives, and it's not easy. Like getting a following. Like thank God.
No,
that
it's hard.
It's really hard. Like I got very lucky. I'm very grateful that I fell into like the right group. But it's also hard to maintain.
So hard.
Yeah.
And it's hard to evolve and stay on top of the
Stay relevant. Yeah. Everything.
or stay ahead of the curve.
Right,
you know,
exactly.
everything like that. Wow. Okay. I'm like you're the best.
Thank you.
Do you would you ever consider vlogging or having your own YouTube
You know,
channel?
you
Because
talked to me about this so many times. You're like, why aren't you doing it?
I literally
I
would
know.
love to watch your vlogs. I just
think-
selfishly like want to watch.
I feel like I think it'd be really funny if I vlogged, but as Sanaa mom,
Yes.
like a morning routine.
That would be
like,
amazing.
Go to the grocery store with me. I think it'd be funny.
Why don't you try a few TikToks? I mean, you kind of do.
I do, but you told me you were like you should be doing them more. I should. I
Yeah.
should do them like maybe once a week would be ideal. But I should see because it does really well on TikTok. People love the character. Because I'm also not really a beauty guru type. I don't think.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure
Well,
what else
neither
I
am
would do.
Really. Like I know you're like, well, yeah, you are, but like really, I'm not.
Right.
I just like now get sent stuff and I'm like, okay, may as well play with this.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah.
But like I really am I talk about like if you watch one of my vlogs, I feel like you'll be able to be like, okay, I could do this. Like it's I don't know. It's whatever you talk about, like I'll be interested in because I'm just interested in you. Like you're interesting.
That makes sense.
Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't
Like I watch
need to
people
be,
like that. I'm like, I don't care what you do. I just really
no,
like you.
yeah, it doesn't have to be like at the end of the day, you could literally be like cleaning up horse shit and it'd be like I would want to watch you because Mariah's doing it.
Okay,
Not
got
because
it.
of what you're doing. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you could have the craziest, most insane video and honestly, I'd probably rather watch you at home.
Got
vlogging.
it. Well, that makes me feel better.
Does that make sense? Because it's you. And I just want to watch what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because, like, you're interesting.
Right.
I know you're like,
no, it makes
I'm not,
sense.
but, like,
I think the biggest thing is I am a perfectionist and I have a lot of anxiety. So already posting, like, small 30-second things, I get so in my head about, like, I get worked up posting one picture on Instagram.
Really?
I'll sit on it for months figuring out a caption, if it's cropped the right way. Like, I'm very, very picky, so I don't want it to overwhelm me, I think.
Yeah.
Because it is bigger.
And then I'm like, if you're such an editor, you could have so much fun, like
that's
doing
what
crazy.
See,
like,
I love the editing part. A lot
you
of people
could edit
don't.
the crap
I
out of
love the editing part. I love, like, that's the part I'm looking forward to. But it's also like the content you have to. I really always feel like I need to one up the video before, but that's not the case.
No,
right?
Your whole friend group's like that. I
know
why.
every single person's like, especially Zane. Like he's really hard on himself. He was like, I can't top what I just did.
He's crazy.
I'm the same way. Yeah.
But you look at him and you're like, dude, just upload you talking and eating cereal.
I'm such a hypocrite. I'm like, just do it, but I will not do it.
No, it's
hard.
You know what is such a unrelatable thing I'm about to say. But you know what's hard is when you have so many followers now that you're like, I feel like I can't just throw up anything and see if it sticks like you can when you're small.
Yes.
And you're growing. Like even my size, like I could throw up something random at 3 a.m. and people would be like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But like when someone has such a dedicated, like a million people
it's
obsessed
like,
with them,
give the people what they want.
They're like,
or get
why
out.
isn't this a crazy like car surprising vlog?
Right, exactly.
When like someone, when you want to do something a little different.
Exactly.
People are like, no, you trained us to like this.
Yeah, that's the
and
tough
they feel
part.
like they own you, which I understand.
Yeah. That's what I admire Alicia for, though, because she broke out of that. Like, she had her moment of this style, and then did she go on a break?
Yeah, she basically, like, she had her, like, school Leisha moment, had a literal meltdown, went on a break, hired a personal assistant, then she hired me, and we, like, just
and look at her.
Evolved. And
she's doing amazing.
And good things take time. Like, you learn as you go.
Exactly.
You know? Like, even me, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, I cringe at my even videos from, like, 2 months ago, but that's good. That means I'm, like, getting to where I want to be or whatever.
Right.
But I think you would be such a good, like, interesting.
Maybe one day.
You would be such a fun, fresh, like, pop of just, like, positivity or just, like, excitement on YouTube that I feel like I don't see.
Thank you.
Okay,
I'll do it.
And then we would see, like, Heath and little, like, the background a little, which would be fun. I don't know. I think it would be fun.
It could be really fun.
So you now, like, what's a day in life?
The first thing I do every morning is I edit whatever needs to be edited.
Okay.
I either edit late at night, like 1 a.m. overnight to get it out of the way, or when I wake up, I'll throw editing. I'll do Todd's video, I'll do podcast stuff, I'll do Heath stuff, whatever needs to be done.
What are your favorite videos to edit?
Oh, good question. I'm biased. I gotta say Heath's because I'm in them.
Yeah, you're like edit out where I look bad. That's me. That's me with when I'm in Alicia's vlogs.
That's why I'm like when we hired the podcast editor, I was like, can I still see it? Because I still cut out. I don't like that angle in me. Yeah, it's bad. Heath's is definitely fun.
The squirrel video.
Oh my god.
You guys are hilarious. He needs to get back on his golfing. We need to do golfing. I need to go golfing with him.
He's going through that phase where people comment, we miss the old Heath, and he used to do all these like crazy things, and now he's like, I want to do cars, golf, and whatever else he's into, and they like people are just like, this is boring, and I'm like, you got to push through it, though. Like, gain new people.
Yes, it's literally like you're churning through.
Yes.
I had this conversation with YouTube. Literally, when Alicia was going, we would have like meetings with YouTube, and she'd be like, "Oh, but I'm losing so many subscribers." And they're like, "Actually, that's great because
you're gonna filter.
You're getting rid of the people that are not happy. They're commenting negative stuff, and then you're gonna bring in the new people that actually are interested in the golf, the watches, the whatever.
The people her age. Yeah. I feel like she's a really good demographic.
Exactly.
Now. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that it's so much easier said than done.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Which I understand.
It's patience.
Totally.
That's the name of the game. Patience.
Exactly. Okay, so you wake up, you do your editing, and then what?
And then sometimes I'll do Pilates, some sort of working out.
Is this at home or do you go to classes?
I go to a class down the block from me.
Okay.
And then I'll come home. I'll get ready for the day. I teach 3 days a week.
So fun.
I teach Tuesday and Thursday at my house and Sunday at somebody else's house. Exclusive. So I teach 3 days a week, and then we film the podcast either Monday or Tuesday. Every day is so different now that I'm realizing it. That's pretty much it.
And do you plan like time to hang out with your friends like on the weekends? Or are you mainly hanging out with Heath and the crew, or what?
I'm very spontaneous. So if I have 2 hours where I'm not doing anything, I'll call my friend and be like, can you come over? Like let me I need that balance, because I went through a phase where I wasn't talking to anybody and I was just like straight work, and it was completely like draining me and giving me more anxiety because I couldn't find that balance. And Heath was like, you have to like see your friends. Like you have to hang out with people and not work, because I was just like, oh, work comes first. But he's like, you're good. You're chilling. Like go hang out and relax. Like I just don't know how to relax.
No, something about me is I can't relax.
I can't relax. Yeah.
Most influencers can't, because it's
your brain doesn't shut off. I think that's
it's a
why
24/7 job.
100%,
and it's like, yeah, like even when it's midnight, I'm like still working.
I'm brainstorming for the next day. I'm like running through TikToks. I'm like, okay, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that.
And I'm like, how can I accomplish this? Yeah.
It doesn't stop.
It is crazy. What do you think makes you and Heath so compatible? Like, why do you think you're such a, I guess, successful couple?
I think because unfortunately there's a lot of couples that fall into social media together and it doesn't turn out great.
It hardly ever does, but you guys have done it so successfully, so I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I'm grateful that we both have the same personality where we love pushing each other. Like he loves helping people, I love helping people, and we push each other every single day, and we're just like, whatever you need help with, I will help you. It's not a competitive thing at all, because I feel like that's what a lot of couples.
With Alicia. I'm like, we're a couple. No, but like seriously, it's like
it's only
like
helping.
Healthy,
yeah, it's so
a little
healthy.
Not competition, but like
right?
You're like you
help
should
me
be
help
going
you.
like up like that.
Exactly. It's very healthy, and if anything that has to do with work is like making us butt heads, we're very aware of it, and we're like, let's stop this now. Like this isn't as important as our relationship. So, and we never fight ever. Thank God, ever. Yeah. We always get along, and we never take anything out on each other, and we just tell each other. We're very what is the word?
Communicative.
Communicative.
Yeah.
Hate that word. Ugh.
I'm like, I hope I said it right.
Yeah, communication is it's huge in the relationship. Yeah.
And especially because if you guys are like working, living, and like dating, like that's a lot you're doing together.
It's a lot, yeah. I'm a housewife.
Literally. So exhausting.
So exhausting.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm just curious, like, or like, what are some tips, I guess, for like someone looking for like a relationship like your guys's, like a successful one?
I would say patience is key.
Okay.
Patience. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Okay.
I'm just looking at like relationships that I've been around. Mm-hmm. Heath was like my first serious boyfriend. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's he had to teach me a lot, like how to open up emotionally, because I never told people how I was feeling. Like if I was upset, nobody would ever know. If I was having anxiety, nobody would ever know.
I just like that.
I always put on it's bad. And he taught me that. Like he would ask me, he would see that I'm like fidgeting or something, and he's just like, there's clearly something wrong, and like you need to express that to me. And I had a hard time expressing myself. So don't be afraid to tell the other person how you feel. Otherwise, it's going to be a guessing game, and you're going to get mad at them for not knowing how you feel. And it's just like you don't have time for it. You know what I mean?
That's
just be
so
like
true.
Straight up. Don't play games. Like that was like my biggest thing in relationships. If I went to if I liked a guy, the second he started playing like games, I'm just like, oh, all right, next. Like don't waste your time on people that,
that
play
make
games.
you question yourself.
Yeah.
Do you have any other like dating tips for I feel like it's really hard to date in LA.
Oh yeah. I told myself my husband's not in LA.
Okay.
I literally said that.
So you just were like, I'm living my life, I'm having fun,
and I'm here to work and make money and dance and have fun.
Yeah, but I'm like, what happens when you're like 35 and you're like still working and like doing your thing and you're like, what do I do?
There's a plan for you.
Yeah, I'm like,
what is the plan? Like, show me the plan. Yeah, just patience and don't force anything. I think that's a big thing. I see that in a lot of my younger friends that also just moved out here. They're just like, there's this guy and this and that. And I'm like, I can already tell you no. I can already tell you no. Yeah.
Like if he wanted to,
I think I just have a good radar. Yeah. I'm very reserved, conservative, and I'm just like, I didn't like sleep around or anything. And I didn't really go out to bars and clubs. It wasn't my thing. So I felt like meeting him in an organic way, like at his house.
That's so ideal.
With like friends, and it was like comfortable, and the way he was like speaking about his family, I was just like, this feels, you can just tell when it feels genuine.
Absolutely.
If you're like pulling teeth to see like, I don't know how he feels,
yeah,
he should tell you. Like a guy is gonna tell you how he feels.
Good.
Yeah, there should be no guessing.
Yeah, that's so
I think
right.
that's what it is.
I know. I think what's hard, like, I always say this on this podcast, but like, especially being a female that like is like knows what she wants and is like young, and it's like, I don't know, it's hard to date because like I'm like, I'm even thinking of Alicia, like we are like boss, you know, we're girl bossing, and like you
want somebody right there with you,
and it's hard to like meet someone that's like even a little bit older that like has, I don't know,
their life together.
They're girl bossing as much as I am, or they're like
they're serious, because out here like guys are just here for fun, and they're just like they're just dilly-dallying
trying to get their audition, which like I get it, it's hard, like,
I get it,
but I think it is really hard to like even when you go out and like meet guys, like I very rarely have ever met anyone I'm like, that person impressed me.
How long have you been out here?
Literally 7 years. I moved here when I was 18 and I'm 24 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, you're good. I think you're good.
Yeah, it's just like it's really hard. I'm obsessed with like Midwest guys, so I always have like boys back home. I'm like,
and you know what? You have no offense to guys in LA, but you have morals and values.
I know.
That's what it is.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like I love hanging out with you because you feel like my like family friends.
Everybody says that. They're like, are you my cousin, like going to our house?
Every time
wanted
I go
to feel that way though.
Well, every time I'm at your all's house, I'm like, like, can I jump in the pool? Like, it's so fun.
Yeah. That's how I want it to feel though. I love feeling like people's like safe place. Like they can come to me and they can come over.
And I feel like I don't have to like, I don't know, for some, like a lot of things in LA, I feel like I have to like put on and like do my thing and work with the room, like which I can do, but like
play the game. Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to like play cards.
Yes.
Or whatever.
That's the environment like we want to give off.
Hang.
Yeah. Just sit by, when we sat by the fire, I think about that all the time. All the time. I think about that. That was so fun. For hours, just talking.
So the first time I ever met Mariah, it was after Pretty Basic was on their podcast. And we stayed there, I think, till like 3, maybe 4 a.m.
We sat and talked for hours.
Around the fire.
Hours.
I felt like I was
so
in the Midwest.
Fun. Nobody had their phone.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Oh my God, it was great. Yeah, I love that feeling. That's how you know those people are genuine.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And you know what is so funny is like, we've never talked about this. I was so shocked. We were all like, they're cool. Like afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we were like
never
so
know.
impressed by you guys because you're so fun and like, I don't know, just normal. Yeah.
That's exactly how we felt about you guys.
Really?
Yeah. You guys are so normal.
We were like, whoa,
you're so normal.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
We have to do that again.
Yeah.
You guys 100%. Should come to Alicia's, which she has a fire too.
I want to do like a game night with like some pizza, or like cooking. I don't know.
Oh, we would be so down.
Something real, something raw.
We can cook out. Anyway, Mariah, it has been such a delight, like hearing your story, and I think you are one of my favorites, like positive, like you light up a room in real life and you light up my feed. And seriously, I'm not just saying that. I thank you so much for coming on the pod.
Thank you for having me.
And you're so inspiring.
Honored. This is great.
No, I'm so excited for people to listen because I feel like so many people can relate to your story. And
I hope so.
Thanks for being so open and honest about it.
Yeah, that never happens. So nobody ever knows that.
She texted me later. Was like, cut this. Let's
just redo the whole thing.
Literally.
No, we're good.
Okay, so where can everyone follow you and pimp yourself out, pimp out the podcast?
Okay. We have a podcast called Zane and Heath Unfiltered. You can find it on YouTube, the video version, audio versions on Spotify, Apple, everything.
Watch the video version. It's hilarious.
It's a set. We're a very visual podcast, unfortunately. unfortunately.
No, it's great.
Yeah, and I have Instagram and TikTok, Mariah Amato.
She's
You'll
an
figure out how to spell it.
insane dancer.
Thank you.
So talented.
Thank you.
Everyone go follow her. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to my other YouTube channel. And we'll see you next week with another episode. Make someone's day this week.
Ciao. Woo! Be nice. Be a good person.
Yes.
Get you far.
Pay it forward.